Three, two, one, ghost. Hey, everybody, welcome to 321 Ghost. As always, I'm your fellow hiker for the day, Kyle. And as always, joined by my tour guide for the day, Natalie. Hey, Natalie, how are you?
I was fantastic until I found out I was in charge of the tour.
Well, you've seen this movie more than I have, so that makes you the de facto tour guide of this podcast
Okay, that's
episode
fair.
today,
That's
right?
fair.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, we are talking about the 2008 film The Ruins, which I know I had seen before, but I barely remember this.
Oh, you had seen it before.
Now that's why I was like, maybe it was like one of our movie nights or something. But yeah, but I knew I had seen it, and but I didn't remember any of it except for like one scene, and we'll get to that when we get to
Hmm.
it. But yeah, it's the like jungle and forest horror aren't always my
Mm.
thing.
I think a lot of people take issue with it for valid reasons because it's like the travel fear, like the fear of being around different people or in a different place, and it's always, a group of Americans. In this case, it's a group of white kids, going somewhere else and something terrible happening to them. So I I see why it's not for everybody, but at this time in horror, it was a thing, and I'm gonna just need y'all to get past it. Just fucking get past it. Just get past it. It it's what makes this movie make sense. It's the only thing that makes this movie make sense.
I suppose so. Hey, you're right. Carter Smith, the director, and Scott Smith, the director, the writer, yeah, both sound like very, very, very white people,
Oh yeah,
that
Carter,
very
come on.
American people.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's based on a book,
that Scott
which
Smith wrote. It's not
yeah.
often where the writer of the novel is the singular screenwriter for the movie. So at least he has that ownership over it. At least he's like, hey, this is my baby. This is my
Hmm.
Mayan temple ruins baby. And, so I'm going to see this through. So at least he can't say, like, well, they ruined it. I'm like, nah, bro, you wrote it too.
Yeah, what I think is interesting about a novel being adapted into a movie is that usually it kind of takes a while. This is like a 2 year turnaround time. This movie came out 2 years after the book.
Yeah, I mean, usually, like, even before the book comes out, often publishers are shopping it around for like movie deals and
That's
stuff.
bonkers.
So it's not like usually like when a book comes out, usually like at least those bigger ones, like the movie rights are already secured. I feel like that's, because they adapt so much, they
Yeah.
probably just say, studios are probably just like, dude, we're just gonna fucking adapt everything, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Or I'm
I
sure
won't.
like every time Stephen King writes something, they're like, hey, we're just gonna grab the rights to it just in case, you know?
Yeah. I won't dwell on the book too much because I have not read it, but I did look up to see what the differences are. And there's really only two main differences. One of them is that you could pretty much switch Stacy and Amy's roles. So that's a big change. And then another thing is that the book apparently talks about the plants in depth and gives them a lot more agency than the movie does.
Hmm.
Oh, and then the ending is a little bit different. So Stacy is the one who makes it off of the ruins, and she actually decides to kill herself like right at the beginning of the path that like would lead you to those ruins as like a warning to keep people from going. But I'm like, somebody's gonna clean up your body at some point. Um, so that is a very different ending. But those are really the only differences, the biggest differences between the book and the movie. So I'm like, sure, Scott, like you just mix up a couple things, but he was like, I don't want people to not read my book since they've seen the movie.
That's true. I was thinking like, why would you change it up? But then he's like, well, no, you got to get people to want to read the book because they'll see how it's different.
Hmm.
And then maybe he's just like, let's see what happens if they fucking hate Amy.
Yeah,
Let's let's try
let,
that out
let's see what
instead this
happens if
time.
the shittiest character gets the most screen time.
Yeah. Ugh. Played by probably the most familiar, well, maybe. second most familiar person in this cast. You've got Jenna Malone, who plays Amy.
Hmm.
The one thing I remember her from is Saved with Mandy Moore and Macaulay Culkin.
Oh yes, she is in Saved. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
If
That
y'all
like
haven't seen that, watch that.
and that weird combination of because I think Michael Stipe was like a producer or something on it. I forget, but
Mm.
that Beach Boys cover of God Only Knows with Michael Stipe and Mandy Moore, it's very not, I wouldn't say it's like a peanut butter and jelly type of perfect fitting,
Hmm.
those vocal cadences.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
She's
Uh,
also known for the Hunger Games movies too. That was like her big thing. She's in two of the Hunger Games movies, which I've never seen, so I wouldn't have recognized her from that, but that was a
Good.
big deal for her.
That shows my age. See that I've never seen those movies, so I'd have no idea.
Same. Never read the books, never seen the movies, but she likes movies that are adapted from books.
That's
That's
it.
something we know.
That's a working theory. I like it. So I guess you could say technically Sean Ashmore might be too because he was a former X-Men
Yeah, that's
adapted from
true.
books.
That's
It
true.
counts. But
Hmm.
and then also, low key, he's in a fantastic but no one played game called Quantum Break,
Yeah.
which were developed by the Alan Wake guys, and then
Hmm.
also was in Alan Wake 2 and stars in
Hmm.
the Alan Wake 2 DLC, like one of the Night
Yeah.
Springs episodes. It's really fun.
Isn't he also, was he not, I might be confused. I thought he was also an Until Dawn in that game as well.
Basically, it's not Until Dawn, but one of those spin-off games from the
Okay,
same
he was
developer.
in one of them. I do remember that. So I was like, okay, so he also has a thing where he likes to be in video games.
Haunted Boat. Speaking of Until Dawn, since I think this is their first episode coming out since then, but rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
R.I.P. So sad.
such a bummer.
Mhm.
Um, you've got Jonathan Tucker, who like looks so familiar, but I look through his credits. There's nothing I think I've seen other
You
than I
didn't
guess
watch
he's in that
you didn't
Texas
watch the,
Chainsaw.
yeah.
I know.
He looks really different in that movie too, because he's got like a shitty little mustache and round
Hmm.
glasses, and his hair is long. Like he has like longer, curlier hair in that movie. You've never watched the Texas Chainsaw remake?
No, but it's supposed to be one of the better regarded remakes, right? Of that time.
It is one of my favorite remakes, actually.
Hmm.
I really like it. I liked the grimy creepiness of it. I know a lot of people weren't super into that, but I liked it. He's also in I don't know if you ever watched The Virgin Suicides. It's such a dumb movie, but he's also in
No.
that movie. I've seen him in that.
There you go. We got Laura Ramsey, who also looks very familiar. But I don't think I'd seen much that she was in. And then Joe Anderson rounds out this cast as the, you know, guy who's looking for his lost brother and decides to, I don't know if he's like tricking them to come with him. Like,
No, I think he legitimately is just like, I don't
sure.
want to go by myself. Like, I'm going to these
Yeah.
ruins. Yeah. I think they want you to think that at first, but I don't think he had any like evil motive.
Mm. It was weird because I couldn't tell because I feel like at first, maybe we just hop into this movie.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
So, um, you know, one thing I appreciate about us, Natalie, just, we're here recording from the comforts of our homes. Um, I just, you watch movies and you're like, yeah, that never happened to me.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where I'd be like, I
Yeah.
would have been totally fine. I would have stayed at the resort. Had a lovely evening, just drinking some tequila by the pool and wake up, catch my flight.
And you know how thankful everybody would have been to be like, oh, thank God Kyle bitched and complained and whined and wanted to stay home and just play video games or put on a spooky movie, in the on the hotel TV.
Um,
And so for someone who's clearly a sensible person, right, to recognize everyone's fucking gone, maybe I should call somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because obviously I wasn't
Or
going to go try to find them myself. No, I call
or
backup.
or if you convince the whole group to stay, and then, a couple days later you're home and you're like, "Oh my God, did you guys hear those ruins we were going to go to? A bunch of Germans died over there."
But
Like,
not in a way that becomes a final destination situation. Like, not like a
no, no,
premonition.
no,
Like,
no. Just
yeah,
like they see
no.
it on the news.
Yeah, yeah. Just like, hey, no, this seems like a bad
Hmm.
idea.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what makes this movie a little like it's not scary in the way that like I don't feel like I'm not scared of the danger of this movie in like being in my life. And I also feel like there's some things they could have tried that they didn't, but we'll get there.
because so you've got this, well, the movie opens with presumably the last dumb asshole who went and visited the ruins that we're gonna, the main characters are gonna get to
It's
in a minute
Heinrich's
here.
girlfriend.
Right, right. And you're just like, yep, nope, that sounds right.
Hmm.
So she's dead. And we've
By some
got,
unknown threat.
some unknown threat inside these ruins. And we cut to this resort in Cancun where you've got our main characters. You've got Jeff, who is the med student.
Hmm.
You've got his girlfriend, Stacy. No,
No,
Amy.
no. Amy is his girlfriend.
Right.
How could you
Amy.
forget?
Oh God, Amy, who I guess is a photographer, but like really needs to stop.
I'm gonna spend this whole episode just as a disclaimer talking about how much I fucking hate Amy. And you know what? Fuck Jeff too, but Amy's the worst.
I mean, not yeah, okay, sure.
She's
I'm
the
not
worst.
gonna defend Jeff here, but you got Eric, and then you also have his girlfriend Stacy, and Stacy and
Hmm.
Amy are best friends. Now, like I said, they're both on vacation. They're at this resort in Cancun. Um, I just don't ever see people their age playing card games by the pool at a
Yeah, that was
resort.
very unbelievable.
It
That's the
feels
least believable thing of this movie.
one, your cards can get wet because you see those dickheads cannonballing, right?
Hmm.
And then two, I mean, I don't know. I hope this isn't offending anybody, but like, I just imagine that's like something like 80-year-old grandmas do is like
Yeah,
play,
absolutely.
yeah.
No one's playing cards by the pool. Like, that's something that you do when you're not by the pool and you have no other options.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember the last time I just sat and played like a card game with somebody that
Oh
like it
my
wasn't
gosh.
like poker or something,
My family loves cards. I
Yeah.
don't.
No, I love that. I was like, I want to learn some magic tricks, but then I'm like, no, I don't.
You should absolutely do
Yeah.
that at the pool.
I don't think I've got the heart to harness that sort of power.
Just approach people while they're trying to relax by the pool. Be like, pick a card, any card.
Yeah. Pick a
They'll love it.
card, any
They'll love
card.
it.
Yeah, as long as I sound like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and again, this is why I was never unsure about Matthias, who is the German guy looking for
Hmm.
his archaeologist brother and girlfriend, because like Amy is like, "Oh, I lost my earring. I can't find it." And then it cuts to Matthias, who is on the other end of the pool, who's like watching them like kind of suspiciously, or maybe that's just like his resting face. But he's like, I'm listening to them on the side of the pool, and he grabs his snorkel mask.
I think I know what's going on here. I think he heard Amy fucking raising up a fuss. She's like practically yelling at this pool about her earring, which is her fault. And Mateus overheard that and was like, there's no guarantee she's with one of those guys. If I can find her earring, I have an excuse to talk to her. I think he was like using it as a way to like get to her. And then when he introduced himself, then he finds out that they're the boyfriends.
Buddy, you got to have eyes on the target, man. Like you were there to find your missing brother.
Yeah.
He's like, what if
Would you want to go by yourself to go look for your missing brother?
I don't know if that was his plan necessarily from the get-go with, well, I guess when he saw Amy, from what you were saying, I think it was just, he was like, oh, maybe I'll
Hmm.
get laid while I'm at it.
I think something that's really important to put into context here too, and maybe Kyle, you're not realizing this, but I really had to put myself into a place of another person because if that were us, like with our group of friends and some random person like started talking to us, we'd be like, why the fuck are you here? Like, we wouldn't, we're not the type, like, I know I'm not the type of person that would travel and be like, let's make some friends along the way. No, absolutely not. I'm not going anywhere with anyone except for the group that I came with. So I think this group is a little bit more ambitious than we would be. And I think Mateus is the same way, where he's like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to go to these beautiful ruins that are off the map. I'm going to look for my brother. Y'all want to come? Why not?
Hmm.
We could think of a reason or two or 1,000 not, but they're not thinking like that because they're little social butterflies. And that's what you get for being social, y'all. You get eaten by plants.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what happens.
Or at least by fucking something, like it's
Yeah.
just,
You get
I
eaten by something. Yeah. Or cursed, whatever.
and so he's like, hey, I've got there are these ruins. I'm gonna go find my brother. Y'all are welcome to come. I brought you your earring. Thanks for the drink. Now we're all talking. Now we're all basically friends now.
Hmm.
Y'all should come with me. I'm also bringing one of these Greek buddies that I met.
One of
So
these fucking assholes
yeah,
that are
one of these dipshits is coming. If they don't get too drunk tonight. And again, I'm just like, stop right there. Right there. So I'm not opposed to traveling abroad. No, not at all. We've both done it
Uh-huh.
before. Now, one through line I see in a lot of these movies is you meet or someone tries to just interject themselves into your fucking life
Hmm.
and your fucking day, who is also traveling, maybe probably from a different country, and they suggest, oh, let's do an off the beaten path kind of thing. I'm like,
No.
no, no. This one random dude we
Mm-mm.
never fucking met is like, oh, I'm gonna take you through somewhere we don't know
No.
to these fucking ruins that one are not like sanctioned tourist spots.
Yeah. You
And
you could just your best case scenario is you get arrested.
yeah, best case. And
Hmm.
then two, it's like, I mean, I think it's just frankly disrespectful. I'm like, if they
Yes.
are off the beaten path, it's because they're supposed to be.
Yes. 100%.
And let's respect this. Like it's like, hey, look, I understand, you know, I know y'all don't want to do the touristy shit. I get it. We've got a perfectly fine pool right here. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
can't we
like
can't we just like
that's
go out like snorkeling or go on some jet skis or something? Like, come
yeah,
on.
like we could still hang out, sure. But yeah, to your point, I think that is something that they don't really like drill in enough, and probably because it's 2008. But when you're talking about ancient ruins, like ancient Mayan ruins, like these are a place of worship and ritual and history. So if it's not a place that the locals want you to be at, if it's not out of danger, it's out of respect. So you can fuck right off. Like don't just show up places that you're not supposed to be in other countries. Like you don't know what meaning that has to the locals or even just the people of that country. So, you go where you're allowed to go. And sure, if you're an archaeologist and you do some paperwork and you file for it and you get permission to do a dig, I don't think that's what Heinrich did,
No.
obviously. So this is what happens when you're disrespectful and social.
Now the beach party that the Greek guys invite them to that night, now that's a different story.
That's fun.
But I'll be honest, knowing me, I'd probably come up with a reason to bail on that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I'd be like,
I'm
oh
like,
yeah, sure, maybe.
there's some air-conditioned starchy sheets and basic cable with my name written all over it back at the room. I'd be like, peace out, y'all.
100%. So so they go to this beach party. Amy's drunk as shit and falling over. Um, she doesn't want to leave. And Jeff is like, he gives her like one like try, like, hey, you're a little drunk and falling all over the place. You want to go to
Yeah.
bed? And she's like, no, no, I want to stay. And he's like, oh, okay, I did my part. See you later.
Yeah.
And
Well,
just
he's
walks
definitely
off.
going to break up with her after this trip. Like, I think that is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Because he's
Right.
going to med school. He's going to be
Mhm.
what Stacy says he's going to be like 3,000 miles away or something, and he's going to med school. She's clearly a mess. Um, so I don't,
But I still, even with her friends, I'm like, I don't know. You guys are sharing a room. Do you really want to like leave her alone like that? Like not like alone, but she's with her friends. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'd still be like, hey man, like not that, people are anyone's responsibility, but it is your girlfriend still. You haven't broken up with her yet.
You should get her up to the room because if you don't, one, you're gonna have to worry about what the fuck she's up to, whether it be danger or, making time with Mateus, but also your best case scenario, I'm gonna say that a lot, is that Stacy ends up there at 3 a.m. with her puking, waking you up.
Yeah.
So just take her up to the room. Put her
Yeah.
ass in bed.
Or maybe just try to hang out a little longer. I don't know. Just know
Yeah.
it's an unfun situation. But,
Yeah.
speaking of, yeah, M Matthias, she I don't think Jeff's even left the beach yet. It's like within like 15 seconds, like
He's
she's already
probably
all
only
over
like
this
10
guy.
feet away.
Yeah, like literally. I mean, like, how hard it is to like walk through like sand sometimes, right? You're kind of flopping around.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So literally he could just like turn around and like she's like already like trying to dance on him.
Hmm.
Now, I do appreciate Matthias here at least because he's like literally trying to like signal to the other friends, like, can you please come get her? Like, can
Yeah.
you?
She's
Ah,
she's literally about to sexually assault me.
yeah. And like literally the first thing he says is like, yep, yep. Jeff seems like a cool boyfriend, huh?
Yeah. He's like, he seems nice.
Yeah, he seems really nice.
Yeah.
Can you please? So
Mhm.
even if he was trying to lead them to the ruins of doom, at least, he's kind of a gentleman in that regard.
Yeah. I think every female has either been the Amy or the Stacy in this situation, like at some point in their lives in a female friendship. I have been the Stacy a lot of times where I've had to be like, okay, we're gonna reel it in. We're just gonna dance our way over here and
There you
get
go.
away from you.
Oh boy. So the next morning, everybody's mostly awake.
Mhm.
Obviously, kind of like we were saying earlier, Amy doesn't want to go because she's super hungover and throwing up all over the place. But Jeff talks her into it.
Great job, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. And I was good. And I was gonna say, I don't think he was gonna break up with her because one, he's like, hey, I want you to be there with me. And two, I check. It's like when I see people go to the bathroom and then not wash their hands, when people
Mm.
vomit and don't brush their teeth, she just
And
gets right
he,
back into bed and they kiss right on the mouth. And I was like, all right, he clearly must love her.
I am so glad that you brought that up because I had it in my notes too. I was like, I'm sorry, did she even rinse her fucking mouth? Nothing.
She's got all
Nothing.
chunks and shit probably all over her lips and
Oh, he
shit.
gave her
Yeah.
he gave her a glass of water. That's not enough. I'm not I'm not kissing you. Like even like my own son. Like if he tried to give me a kiss after throwing up, I'd be like, "Ooh,
Ew,
gross."
no, buddy.
Like go brush your teeth,
Like, I
rinse your
get
face.
it. I get it. You like me. I get it. I'm your mom. I get
Yeah,
it.
like gross. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then strangely, like, I don't know, kind of like because I don't know, see it in horror movies as much anymore, but like kind of unnecessary nudity from Stacy.
Yeah, she's just like getting changed and they just were like, "Nah, might as well just have her titties out."
Yeah, she's like, oh
Um,
shit, I'm naked. And then to show off her like little like flaming sun tramp stamp situation.
yeah,
Yeah. And she's like, I need to put on the thinnest white things I can. Here you go.
yeah. Literally.
Now I'm ready to go.
They're like not real clothes.
What was that? My wife was watching it with me the first time I was watching it for this and pointed out, she was like, oh, well, at least it's, era specific with the tank top over a tank top
Oh, for
situation. Or
sure.
like the string shirt over the other one, right?
But
Yeah,
also it's like Stacy, all white
I
on
know.
a hike.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, Amy, flip-flops?
Who let her leave the hotel in flip-flops?
I know, it's terrible.
They're so
Uh,
ill prepared.
so the four meet up, they take a bus into town where they connect with Matthias and the last Greek guy standing, who's
Yeah.
Demetrius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Demetrius.
And just dude, they roll into this town. And remember, Amy is the photographer. So what that means is that she just pulls out her camera and she starts just like taking pictures of like random like children like in the
Yeah,
alley and shit. Like, oh, let me like she's
without asking anybody.
I know, I hate her.
Everyone hates her. If you really want to take candid photos of people in another country, you need to learn in their language how to ask if it's okay if you take a photo. Like, that's all you need to do. That way you can ask. So rude to just take random photos of people. It happens a lot in horror movies, I feel like. Like somebody, some asshole has a camera and they're just like, oh, let me just take pictures of random people without their consent.
Well, again, and it's this again a comment in these movies, just like the disrespect that like these like
Hmm.
young privileged white people show towards anybody else around them.
Yeah. Like they're just on display for you to take photos of.
Yeah. So to get to these ruins, they need to take a taxi out of the city. And by taxi, it is this beaten down truck that's painted yellow and is like written taxi
I
on the
love
side.
that. I love the taxi.
I like that the taxi driver's like, he looks at the map and sees where they want to go, and he's like, "Ooh, no, I don't want to do that. That's not good." Or like,
Yeah.
but he says it like
He
way
says
more
it's no good.
casually than
Yeah, he's
that.
like, it's no good.
He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good. That's dangerous for you. Don't do that."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "How about $20?" And he's like, "All right, fine. I said my piece.
Yeah. Y'all can go die.
Okay, I don't care." So, um, the taxi truck takes him as far as he'll go, and basically it's just like, "Hey, y'all fucking foot it the rest of the way. Don't mind that broken down car that's over there."
Yeah, not a red flag at all.
Yeah, Matthias notices it because he's like, "Pretty sure that was the car my brother and his girlfriend were driving."
Hmm. And then Amy actually asks the really smart question of, wait a minute, how the fuck do we get back?
I did think it was pretty funny because it pays off later. The dumb, like, can you hear me now joke that
Yeah. Who would think
Eric
that he
does.
actually is on the phone?
Well, an idiot like Amy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I guess
Who'd
Mateus
you
does
think
say
I
that,
was who'd
yeah.
you think I was talking to, Amy?
Yeah,
I
exactly, you
was-
idiot. It was a bad joke, obviously.
yeah.
But Mateus does say that he says he has a world phone, which I think was a thing,
Yeah,
like a satellite phone, I guess you could call it,
right.
where it
They could,
has you could lock into some service in different places.
yeah, you could at least like dial for emergencies or something. I don't
Hmm.
know. Um, but yeah, Jesus, it's an 11-mile hike
No,
from
in
there.
flip-flops?
You gotta ask. I mean, I know Amy's probably super hungover and not thinking about it, but anything longer than like a couple miles, 2 miles, I don't know. Get the fuck out
I
of here.
I have one pair of flip-flops
And that's it.
and
That's all you
I
have.
have them out of like they're my shoes that I use to like walk the dog around the block for like a quick walk or go to the 7-Eleven real quick and get ice cream or like to the coffee shop around the corner. And guess what? By the time I get back to my house, I'm like, God, I fucking hate these flip-flops. That's how uncomfortable flip-flops are. They're not
I
walking shoes.
I have these flip-flops that I like a lot that are like have like arch support, so it kind of like
Dad
massages
flip-flops, huh?
the like inner middle of my foot every time I step, and I'm like, that's pretty good.
So you have old person flip-flops. I have
Yeah,
cool leather flip-flops, so they're not comfortable.
that is cool. Like a couple Fonzie flip-flops.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, if he wore flip-flops,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So on their way on this 11-mile hike, again, they find some random children like just staring at them. First thing Amy does, let me check out this camera. Let me just start taking pictures of these children. You
But
don't see her
like also
taking,
another red flag.
I don't think you see her take pictures of anything except for people without their consent.
Yes.
Like she's not like just taking pictures of like foliage or an animal or something that they find, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, and then Matthias is like, "Hey, don't worry, we're going in the right direction. I found the path." It's just this very narrow, spooky situation that is
Hmm.
clearly covered up
Yeah, like people put fresh cut like palm leaves or, shrubbery to cover this path.
to indicate, no, thank you, don't go on that path.
Don't go on that path. Yeah.
And again,
Any
still,
idiot knows that.
I would be so mad if I was there, so mad at everybody, and I'd be like visibly like really pissy and upset. I'd make everyone uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, just complain the whole time.
100%. Ugh, God. Um, so eventually they get to the main set piece of this movie, which are, this like pyramid looking situation that's covered in all of these vines. And they
Hmm.
notice at the very top is a tent that's been pitched.
Hmm.
And then Matthias is like, this has got to be it, right?
Hmm.
But they're barely there for 20 seconds before this random dude who doesn't speak English and also doesn't speak Spanish, or at least isn't answering to them,
Hmm.
speaking some different language,
Hmm.
just starts rolling up with a horse and just starts fucking yelling angrily at them. And I don't care if you don't understand what he says. I feel like the tenor captures it.
The tone and urgency with which he is speaking to them suggests you should not fucking be there. You don't have to speak the same language to know that, right?
And I guess to their credit, I don't think it was the worst idea to be like, I don't know, does he want money or something? Like I
Yeah, maybe there's a fee that we missed, you know? We were supposed to pay one of those kids.
something, yeah. Yeah, maybe they were just like local park rangers or something. I don't know. They're just hiring the local children to do it. I'm not sure. But dude, and then like these other people emerge from the woods, right? So there's like a few people. And again, still just as angry. And fuck. Already, we're like, what? How, like 20 minutes in this movie? I hate Amy so goddamn
Oh
much.
my God, so much.
She has the audacity while they're yelling to just take out a camera and just start taking pictures of them.
Son of a bitch. She's so
And
stupid.
someone needs to go out of there and just slap that thing out of her fucking hands and
I
say, what
literally
are you
would
doing?
throw it into the carnivorous plants.
Oh, yeah. I would just pick it up. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
fucking say, like, can you fucking stop? You
throw it at her
dumb,
head.
dumb asshole. I hate her so much. And she starts like backing up, continuing to take pictures, and then steps like right in this bed of vines
Mhm.
that's at the base of this pyramid. And that just makes everybody fucking angrier and
Oh,
yelling
they're
louder.
real fired up now.
So clearly, going near it, bad,
Yeah.
right?
Stop stepping
Because
backwards.
stop it, stop it.
Yeah.
It gets very, very, very hectic from here on out
It sure
because
does.
poor Dimitri
Oh.
walks over to her, in all the commotion, right? And steps right in these vines as well. Then steps out of the vines towards everybody else. And immediately they give him no fucking patience. These dudes that showed up fucking put an arrow right in his fucking chest, and then someone just shoots him right in the fucking head.
Yeah, they shoot him in the face.
Yeah,
Like his face kind of falls off, which is kind of
yeah.
fun.
Can't
I
take any chances.
I
Right for
will
the face.
say, given everyone else's deaths, I would take his.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would definitely take his fate over the others. So, yeah, that just the stupidity of Amy not
yeah.
realizing. Like, I would realize as soon as I backed up too much, I'd be like, oh, they're pissed because we're here and I shouldn't be on this piece of land. Like,
Mm.
logic would tell you that.
So of course now one of them is dead, right? So everyone's, rightfully flipping out.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and then I guess instead of it's wild because if they all just ran back into the forest, they would only try to kill Amy
I wonder though, because
because no
they
one
don't.
else touched anything.
Yeah, but the we'll call them the locals. The locals don't go past a certain point of that sand either. Like later they'll show them salting the soil, but they stay a decent distance. So I'm like, how close to these ruins do we need to get to be there like in a there's no turning back point?
I wouldn't want to test it. I don't know who.
No, you know what? They wouldn't let them go because if they have to keep Amy up there and they know that she's gonna die or they're gonna have to kill her, those other kids are gonna tell somebody and then they're gonna get in trouble for murder. So they gotta send all of them up there. I think that's the logic here.
I mean, like we've got. I mean, yeah. Hey, that is true.
They
And
shot that guy in the face.
with all the context that we have, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
However, put up a fence or something.
No,
Like,
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Build a fucking fence. Put signs.
I mean, I don't know what language.
It
I
doesn't
I don't think
matter.
they invented like the red, you know, hexagon, octagon. I don't know. How many sides does a stop sign have?
I'm
Six?
sure those motherfuckers have been in town and know what a street sign looks like. Like they could figure it out.
No, I think they haven't. I think they are like these ancient like Mayan villagers
Only 11 miles out from a road.
that I guess also have access to guns and shit too. So, nah,
Yeah,
all right, all right.
they live off the grid, but like they're not completely like they're not like villagers.
Like they still got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like they're still I bet they still have phones.
Yeah, they
Like
still got
yeah.
like,
Yeah, they have a
yeah,
landline at least.
TV dinners and
Yeah,
watch
exactly.
big
Like
cable.
yeah, they're not like a tribal people.
So put up a fence.
Yeah, he's wearing a button-up shirt. Like, come on. Yeah, put up a fucking fence. Also, even if you were never in in town, how long have people been building fences? Th- Since like the dawn of man, they've been building fucking fences to keep animals in or out. They know how to build a fence. They can build a fence and make a sign. Come on. How long have humans been doing that shit? Should probably look it up.
And then you'd think, yeah, of course, with, just like Google satellites and such, it's,
Yeah.
what I don't know what's hidden anymore, or just to realize, like, hey, okay, because again, hey, I've not read the book. The movie does not explain anything. I don't know why they feel well, I mean, I know why they feel like like responsible or accountable just for the sake of the world that they
They don't want
don't
it to
want
spread.
anything to spread. But yeah, come on. I'd be the guy in the village being like, "Hey, look, do I want to build this fence? No." But I think if we just pool our resources together, we can go pay someone to do this
Yeah, or
and then
could
kill them
we
afterwards.
could we leave the village and go find someone to be like, "Hey, there's like killer plants over here, so we need to take care of that." Like get some professionals in there. I'm
Yeah.
assuming there's a superstition and some maybe some religious type things that might be side by side of this. Otherwise, I think they would have notified someone.
So instead, though, they all run up, the
Mhm.
steps of this pyramid and go to the top, where that camp is.
Mhm.
And of course, right? No one's phones work. That is that funny part. She's like, I thought your phone was working. He's like, yeah, like you said, it's a dumb joke. Why did you think that meant?
Mhm.
Oh, I connected with somebody. Oh my gosh. But then of course, like Matthias doesn't have his phone anymore because the guy down there took it.
Yeah, because he was showing him a picture of his brother
Right.
and he held it out to him and he took it to look at it. And right in that moment, that was when Amy backed up into the plants. So he had the phone in hand and probably better that they didn't have the phone, so he wasn't going to give it back to him.
And all the rest of the locals show up, like even like, like the women and the children and the grandparents and
Oh, they're
everybody.
camping.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because
they
they're
show up just
camping.
camping.
Yeah, because yeah, they got to be fed. Like they're doing a whole community fucking protest here.
Um, and yeah, once you're just up there, someone's dead. You're up at the top of this, this abandoned camp. What would you do? How would you react in the situation other than obviously turning to everybody and just yelling like I fucking told all
Yeah.
of you.
Yep.
Like that's the first thing,
I'd be
obviously.
like, all I wanted to do, all I wanted to do was stay my hungover ass at the hotel. That's all I wanted to do. And here we are, being fucking held captive by people who we don't even speak any of their language. We're fucked.
Yeah.
We're so fucked.
Yeah. I would like pull everyone aside separately and just whisper, I fucking into each of their ears and just say, I fucking hate you. Every one of you so much. And I'd want to deliver it directly to each person, not just
That,
this blanket statement.
I think that's fair.
I'd be very clear on that.
Yeah. I
Mm.
don't, gosh, I try to think about like in this moment what my action would be because at this time there's already so many people surrounding the whole ruins and presumably there's only this one staircase that goes down the front. Like they couldn't climb down the back.
Maybe they didn't think to check.
Like I'm assuming they just saw the plants there and were like, "Oh, we can't walk down." But looking at the architecture of this pyramid, it's got looks what looks like steps on every side, and the vines have just grown up them. So in theory, if you did, we don't know the plants are alive at this point, or like more carnivorous, I should say. So you
Mhm.
could try to walk down the back, but there are people on every side of the pyramid. So I would be trying to figure out a way to communicate with them and figure out what's going on. But wouldn't you assume that you had broken some rule or
Yeah.
sacred like ritual? Like you'd be like, no, we're fucked. Like they shot that guy in the face. They will shoot us in the face. Like we've broken a major rule here. They might even come up here to kill us. We don't know.
Yeah. 100%.
You're so fucked.
So, speaking of communication, while rationing the very little bit of water and food that they have, at the top of this pyramid is a hole. And deep in this hole, who knows how far down it goes,
Pretty far.
they hear a cell phone ringing.
Mhm.
They're like, fuck. Well, there's got to be a working phone down there.
Mhm.
So we got to go check. I'm not going. I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll wait. I'll let someone else volunteer to do it.
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't
fine.
want to come. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to sit over here and drink whatever liquor we have.
and I'd be very clear about that every single time and remind everybody I shouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully they've got this like rope and pulley situation.
Because because they, I'm assuming built it because it was like a dig site, they said.
And Matthias is like, all right, lower me down. I'll take a look. Ugh, man,
Oh.
we were saying how we kind of probably would have preferred to be like Demetrius. I think being Matthias would probably be the worst in this situation.
Gosh,
Maybe
I don't
Stacy.
know. Stacy's pretty bad. Like, at least for Mateus, like, I mean, this part's pretty brutal, but his actual death is seems quick. That's not true. He suffers through this whole thing.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I think the worst part for him is even if he makes it out of this, like he's most likely paralyzed from what, like the waist down,
at least the waist down. Yeah,
maybe like for like because we don't see him move his arms.
right.
That he oh yeah, he can't really move his arms either. He says he can't feel his legs and he
Yeah.
can't move like at all. So yeah,
I'm sure
he's
it's all
real
jelly
fucked.
in there,
He's real fucked. Yeah.
because the rope is like super frayed at one point, sorry. And then yeah, it snaps and fucking whoo, he
Mhm.
falls.
And
And when
he
he
shat himself, which we learn like once Stacy goes down there, 'cause she says it smells like shit. So like that means he lost like muscle control.
whoever smelt it dealt it is the golden
Stacy's
rule.
wearing white pants, so you would know.
Yeah. So
She can't hide anything.
yeah. But fuck, yeah. Ooh, yeah, man, I wish I would have just if I was in that position, I wish I would have just died on impact.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You're so
no.
fucked. Like, because how are you getting back anywhere without like a helicopter?
Yeah, there's no way. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, they could probably figure out like a ramp and sled him down or something, maybe.
They do build that really. creative lift situation.
It is pretty impressive, like how
Yeah.
quickly they are able to, start lifting people up and down because the guys are like, hey, you know, all right, who wants to go next?
Yeah.
We need someone to go get Matthias. And it's got to be one of the women.
Hmm.
One, because we need these tough, strong dudes to be lifting
Hmm.
people up, using the rope. And then two, you don't weigh as much. So
Yeah.
who wants to go?
The way the way that Amy is like, it is not going to be me. She's like, we need to call for help. This is not an option. She like now given I would also be the coward in this situation, but she doesn't even like admit to like I would admit to being a coward. I'd be like, listen, guys, I didn't even want to come. I'm terrified. I don't want to break my back too. So I don't feel like I should go down there. No, she starts like making excuses that don't make sense. So
I would,
Stacy's a real
s-
one.
I would say, Amy, you look like you weigh like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Um, two, this is your fault.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I know since you're so fucking dumb, you're not gonna like immediately like understand how this is your fault. But even though
I
it's
would
very simple,
I would literally just look at her if I were Stacy and just whisper in her ear and just say, I'll tell your fucking boyfriend everything that you've done behind his back if you don't get your ass in that rope.
because like, okay, there was, the whole kind of macking on Matthias at the beach the night
Hmm.
before, but it's like insinuated that like, uh-oh.
Stacy says later, I mean, given she's got plant brain at that point, but she says, like, you think she hasn't cheated on you before? Like she rats her out straight up. Like
Ugh.
she broke her best friend code in that moment, but like she could have used it as leverage to get Amy's ass down there,
Yeah. But dude,
you know?
Amy, of course, is such a fucking coward. And Stacy's
Hmm.
like, all right, I'll do it. And then Amy's like, oh my God, thank you, you will.
Yeah, she did. She does react. She's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much, girl. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Oh.
I'm gonna go sit in the shade."
But I'll think about you. You're so brave.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, Stacy goes down. Stacy manages to get down there, and obviously, yeah, he's not looking good.
And
Oh boy.
they're running out of rope and shit. They're
Yeah.
like, "Stacy, can you jump?" I'd be like, "This is my first time ever coming down on a rope into a deep dark hole. So no, I can't fucking jump. Lift me back up. We need to figure out a different plan."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But she jumps off and then like immediately fucking like slashes her leg like wide open, like a
Of
big ass
course.
fucking, I don't know, like rock or jagged something.
Yeah,
But oh,
terrible. And
Amy,
that type of wound is not a good wound to have in their situation. So both of them are just real fucked.
yeah. Amy obviously very stupidly, is like, well, let's ask let's just go ask those people for help. Let me tell them that like we're hurt and we need help. The people that shot that dude in the fucking face and
Hmm.
were ready to kill us too.
Yeah.
And then, of course, right, they're still like, no, one, we don't understand you. And two, we're just going to keep our guns pointed at you, you fucking
Yeah.
idiot. Oh, goddamn. Um, dude, Amy sucks so fucking much.
Yeah.
Because, like,
It's
also,
worse.
first of all, like, what are you doing? Stop talking. I would say, like, I need you to
Mm.
just, like, sit down and shut the fuck up. And then two, and I'm getting heated here. She doesn't hear what she wants to hear from these villagers. So she just, who does this? Who throws a plant? Like she goes and just
Yeah.
grabs like a bunch of like those vines and just throws it at a child who's just standing there. She's like, oh, you won't help us? Here, I'm gonna just pick up plants because she doesn't know they're dangerous yet. I'm gonna pick
Yeah.
up these plants and just throw them at the closest child.
Hmm.
Ah, oh my gosh. Obviously, we learned that something about these vines is bad and they do not like them because as soon as the vines touch that child, they don't even think about it. They just fucking point a gun and just shoot that child dead.
Yeah. Which is really fun because for several reasons. One, you wouldn't have expected the child death, but also like that's kind of on the villagers too. Like, why did we bring the children into this situation? They like he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
But also it still feels like Amy doesn't quite get it.
Yeah.
Like she hasn't made the connection of like, okay, they got mad at me when I stepped in the plants. They fucking shot that kid in the head, and that's their sign that there's literally no hope for them whatsoever. Like, because that kid's mom was right there. Like
Yeah.
she's literally sobbing, crying because her kid just got shot, you know.
To which,
So
if I was that mother, then I'd be like, give me a gun. I'm shooting that
I
fucking
would
white
shoot
girl.
her. Absolutely. I do. She's gonna die from the vines anyway. They clearly have some sort of code that they live by that they don't kill them unless they absolutely have to, is what it seems like.
Or they're like, hey, we live in fear of these plants, but we also know that they like, I don't know, maybe they like eating people alive. So they're like, hey,
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
let's just give them live food. It's like how like you're not supposed to
You-
like kill like the rats that you give like a snake, or maybe you should. It's the other way around. I'll
No,
never own a pet snake.
you give them live ones. Yeah.
So
Yeah. But the plants can feed off of the living longer, it seems like.
yeah, yeah, they just like to nibble a little bit. They like the ration
Yeah.
too. They don't know when their next
Yeah,
meal's coming.
they're like, all right, we got four people.
Yeah,
How long will this last us?
yeah. Um, yeah, and down at the bottom of this fucking thing where Stacy's at, she can also confirm that something is not right with these vines because a lot
Mm,
of plants are just kind of shaking, making noise at her. And she's
hmm.
like, this doesn't feel
Yeah.
totally right.
Or I would think that there was snakes or something.
Again, pretty impressive that the two dudes up top like put this stretcher together um and lower it down with Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, hey, all right, well, we're out of people now, so you need to fucking go. Sorry, idiot. Just that sad, dumb look on her face when she's being lowered down, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
How could it be me?
But I don't know why they didn't try to send the stretcher down first with Stacy, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Because they mentioned that
Yeah.
stretcher already, but I don't know.
I think they're just in panic mode.
It is a little tough though, because like both of the women have to pick Mateus up. And yeah, you just hear all the cracking. Ugh.
Oof, so
Well,
much
because
crunch.
they're like, we can't go from the middle because he's going to arch his back, and we can't go from the head and the feet because, yeah, he is also going to break us. It's going to be bad either way. But I am
Yeah.
surprised they're able to lift him up and put him, deadlift him up on there and get him, and all
Yeah, just
three of them up on that stretcher up to the top. Maybe they wouldn't, shifts, but
yeah, probably.
so I will admit it's pretty impressive.
That part is impressive, but I feel like if they would have even just, and I know for the sake of the movie only being an hour and a half, they could have just done a time lapse of like time passing and them coming up with a longer plan. There's the urgency of the phone going dead, so maybe they're worried about that. But I feel like we could have even taken 5 minutes to concoct a plan. They really just jumped into everything and created a lot of their own problems. Or even like, why did Stacy have to take the lantern down when she was being like lowered? Could they have lowered her and then tied the lantern to the rope and lowered it back down to her so that she's not carrying glass? Like just little things like that. Like, why are we making things more dangerous than they need to be?
Or why just be like, oh yeah, huh, the matches, and they just like throw them down there. I'm like, well, you just like fucking give them to her when she's being lowered down.
Yeah, and it's in the now she's in the dark and you're gonna throw all the matches on the floor. Idiots.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's dark down here. And they're like, oh, huh. Yeah, I guess we didn't think about that. Here's
Yeah,
matches.
idiots.
So at least, you got busted up Matthias and the four of them up top. And I mean they, Jeff figures it's like, yeah, I mean, we have to at least probably make it through the night. Like at least
Hmm.
like he's not wrong. Or at least I get where his line of thinking is. And I personally would agree with him in the sense where it's like, hey, well, we do know people who know who we are. We are
Yeah,
going to miss
there's flights.
flights, right?
Hmm.
Like, so we're gonna be missing. So,
Hmm.
so we just need to stay alive long enough.
Yeah. The
Which,
problem is the only people who know where they are the Greeks that were with Matthias. And so if they don't go to that location. Like, who are they sharing this map with? Like I guess they could contact the authorities, but you
Yeah.
know, it is very hopeful of Jeff to think that like help would be coming in a reasonable amount of time.
Because I mean, what
Could
other
take days,
plan do you
a week.
have?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, there's no other choice. But like he's definitely thinking on the bright side of things. I'd be like, oh no, we're gonna die before someone finds us, for sure.
See, I think that would be the difference between you and me is because I would still be the optimist, being like, okay, here, let me just think, just give me a minute, let me stew on this, see if I can come up with a plan or some options. But I will remind you all, I fucking hate you, and this is all your fucking fault, and I swear to God, I'm never gonna fucking talk to any of you again as soon as this is done. I
Yeah.
fucking hate you. Now let me come up with a plan.
Yeah.
So I'd be a little bit of an optimist in that regard.
The part that I would be an optimist about is that I do think as soon as you miss the flight, someone's going to be trying to reach out to you about picking you up from the airport, or there's somebody that you have to answer to when you get back, right? So even if the Greeks are out of the equation, like they're your fastest turnaround time, but if they just show up, they're fucked too. So your best bet is that they go to someone and they're like, "Hey, we had a group of people that went here and they never came back and they just don't go there," especially if they probably have flights that they need to make as well. So it is unrealistic that they would hike over there. But let's say they're not responsible and they're just like, oh well. Now you have to wait for someone to realize that you missed your long ass flight.
Yeah.
So look, you're looking at a day. And then I'm thinking of like if my mom was like the person that would be waiting for me. As soon as my mom realized I missed my flight, she would start calling the hotel.
Mhm.
But by the time she calls the hotel, they'd be like, well, missing. Maybe they decided to stay longer. You know what I mean? So there'd be this whole chain of like people, and I feel like it would take so long. So even if the plants weren't trying to kill you, you've got the villagers, and then you've got the lack of food and water. So you could probably just still die of dehydration or starvation.
Probably.
That's all I'm saying. So I would just not be very hopeful.
Yeah. Hmm. So the next morning, your Stacy, her leg wound. Ugh,
Ooh,
it's getting pretty bad,
this is where the body horror starts to get real fun.
which I think looks good. I like all the vines like crawling into
The
all the wounds and
effects
shit. Looks
actually
good.
are they hold up pretty well for how old this movie is.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
there was only like one or two like bad CG things, and that was with the vines.
Where
Like
they're like flipping around.
flipping around or like
Yeah.
crawling in like Matthias's mouth or something like that. But
Yeah.
all of this is pretty good. And then just like
Hmm.
pulling vines out of her wounds and shit,
Ooh,
like, oh,
yeah.
good. And then, yeah, same with Matthias when he's like, let me look at my legs. Let me look at my legs. Oh, and they pull it up and there's just vines crawling in everything. And it's real bad.
Yeah. That's like Jeff saying that he doesn't feel anything, like, or feel his legs. I'm like, he wouldn't have known something was wrong if he couldn't feel them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just intuition, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Oof. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
So meanwhile, Stacy and Amy are lowered back down into this fucking pyramid because that cell phone starts going off again.
Hmm.
So they take a couple torches. Whew, yeah, but they find the phone,
Hmm.
but this is
That
this
phone is dead.
this is when I'm like I'm done because the phone is smashed up, right?
Hmm.
And they find that the plants and these like flowers that are on the plants are like making that ringing sound.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, man, dude, fucking these plants got fucking parrot powers now.
I love it.
It's
I have
awful.
to say, so okay, I didn't share this, but I've seen this movie a lot because there are certain things I really love about it, and I'll get into more details when I give my boo score. But this particular moment, when you find out that the plants can mimic sound, and the whole time they've been trying to get this cell phone, which is why they're all fucking injured in the first place, wasn't even an option.
Yeah.
I this is me being really dramatic, but I think of this scene a lot. It's one of my favorite scenes, like one of my favorite scares in horror ever. It got me so good. I absolutely fucking love it. I think about it often. Whenever I see red flowers that look like these flowers, like when I saw this in the theater, I think I must have gasped. I was like, oh, it was the flowers. It was the fucking flowers. So I just really really enjoy this part of the movie, and I think for a lot of people who are fans of this movie or even aren't, that's it's such a good moment of just creating hopelessness for these people. Like it's really brutal. So I love that scene. Now when the flowers like or when the vines like grab at her, it's a little bit like kind of ruins the moment, I think. But they had to show that they can move fast.
We wouldn't fall for that, right? Because I'm thinking like 2008, cell phone ringtones. I'm thinking like, yeah, circa 2008, probably like Lady Gaga, Flow Rida maybe.
Yeah, it would be a song. Like
Yeah.
for those of you who weren't around when like Nokia phones were well, we were all carrying the bricks that never died because like that battery life would last for a long time.
Mhm.
You wouldn't just have a ring. Like your phone wasn't just ringing. I know no one has a ringer on now, but that loud ring that all the older people have now, that wouldn't cut it. It would be like a song, a clip of a song that defined you in that moment. I'm trying, what did you have any songs as your ringtones?
Me? No, but I was looking at like, I was
Popular
like,
ones or your
t
2008 hits?
2008 hits. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, it was a lot of Lady Gaga. I think Katy Perry was just breaking out.
I think I had, and this would have been outdated by then, but I had T-Pain as my ringtone.
Love that.
The I'm in love with a stripper. It's such a good song. And that was my ringtone for a while. Yeah.
So it would trick you if all those flowers started mimicking T-Pain.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine they just have auto tune?
Uh, I
Which
was
I
like,
guess they kind of do.
kind of, right?
Yeah, so it's an impressive skill, but yeah, now they really know that they're in danger.
And then these plants, like I don't understand like how sentient these plants are because they also seem like pretty petty and like get off on like fucking with them.
They do seem a little bit petty, but in I watched a few videos
Uh-huh.
about the book versus the movie and some of the like motivations, if you will, of the plants and how the book explains it is that they're repeating sounds that they think will bring prey closer to them.
Yeah.
So they learned that that ringing sound made people react and come towards them. So they started repeating that. Or if they hear something, like how they're like, they repeat a lot of what Stacy like yells out and stuff like that. If they hear something, I think high pitched, they just kind of go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So they're not aware. The plant's not aware. It just wants to eat.
but it's like I feel like it like a couple vines from here will like reach out and like grab them or pull them to the side and like it's like it looks like it's got like appendages and is
Well, I mean, it's definitely hunting. Like, if you like think about like animals that hunt, like coyotes have a whole fucking ruse that they put on. They'll have one coyote come out and like whimper and pretend to be hurt. And then when a creature comes near it, another one will come out of hiding and then they'll like double, like they'll both go after the animal. Like,
yeah,
I
but
know
those
that they're
are
plants. I
animals.
know that they're plants, not animals, but these are obviously advanced plants. So I don't think that they're as petty as we would want them to be, but they're definitely smart as fuck. Like they're otherworldly plants. Like these are movie plants. They're not real plants.
Yeah. So they barely escape up top, and they explain all of this to Jeff and Eric. Um, Eric and Amy both want to escape. Jeff is like, guys, like, I know this fucking sucks, and I get it. Like, but I am kind of on Jeff's side again here. But he's just like, we can't just fucking run for it. There's 60
Hmm.
people circling this fucking place, all with like weapons and shit.
You'll get
Like,
shot.
getting shot or like getting arrowed or something like that feels like worse.
Because at least you have a chance up there. You don't have any chance if you get shot in the head.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, maybe if we come up with a distraction, but then again, it's like fine. Then you all sit, and if you can come up and pitch to me the greatest distraction you can come up with,
Hmm.
then okay.
Yeah,
Then sure. That buys
sure.
me, yeah, that gives us any amount of time that gives me like a better chance of surviving than right here, which I know is low. So I'm not
Hmm.
asking for a lot. I'm not asking for 50%. I'm asking for like 15 percent chance of survival, but they can't even
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
So the next day, they're, rationing little pieces of bread for breakfast. And
Ugh.
whew, Jeff's like, hey, let me pitch something to you guys. One, Matthias isn't looking very good.
Ooh,
And
real rough.
two, I could really get a pretty powerful like med school dissertation story out of this. Um,
Because
those
he's
like
definitely pre-med. Like,
yeah. He's like those and to be fair, I'd be like, well, I granted you're pre-med because they make fun of him. They're like, you're not a doctor. You're learning to become a doctor. But I'm like, hey,
no
that's
more than us.
yeah, no more
That's
than I
all.
do.
Yeah.
So, and he seems to be mostly kind of right. I'm like, yeah, you probably do need to take those things off. But yeah, Jeff's
Mhm.
like, hey, Matthias isn't looking good. That infection, it's going to be infected. There's no way to keep that shit clean. I think we need to cut those legs off. And then also they're filled with vines.
He's gonna
So,
lose the legs, whether it be now or later. But like, okay, if you were Mateus, would you want him to cut off your legs, or would you just see if the infection takes you?
I mean, Matthias did volunteer.
I know, but like, I'd be thinking I'm probably gonna die either way. Do I really want my last like 12 to 24 hours being like starting with my legs being cut off? No, I would not want that.
Yeah, I get that. I think at that point I'd be like, I don't know, guys. I don't like
I don't want to go through that.
already survival's looking real slim here. I don't know.
And Jeff is
Uh,
so convinced he can't feel his legs just because he can't move them.
well, Matthias says I can't feel my legs.
Well, he fucking felt them in a minute.
Yeah, so turns out you're a fucking liar, aren't you,
Turns
Matthias?
out you
Because
can feel them.
I do like how like Eric's like, we can't do this. Like, we need to have a vote. Let's all vote. And then
Mhm.
like Matthias is like, I can hear you guys like arguing over there. Like, just do it. Just fucking do it. But I don't know if he would have after Jeff gave his whole spiel because he was like, "Oh yeah, I mean, of course, I'm gonna take this big rock. I'm gonna smash his bones up first, obviously."
Yeah, I'd be like, Jeff, I'm gonna need a step-by-step outline of how you're going to cut my legs off and what the action plan is here and how we're gonna fight infection after that. Like, is burning, is cauterizing the
Yeah.
wound gonna be enough
Well, I mean,
for short term, I guess?
I
Buys him a
guess.
day.
Yeah. I mean, if you're operating on the idea that we only are going to be there for another day, then sure. But and again, that's Jeff's optimism, but
Yeah.
yeah. And
I
then
just I
too,
just don't know.
if you let the infection get in, I don't know, maybe that ruins the meat. So in case you need to eat them.
I didn't even think about that, but you can't eat him. Yeah, I wouldn't want to eat him if he's infected. And also, like, the
Yeah.
plants have been feasting on him. Who
Yeah.
knows? Like, you want to get those spores in you? They don't realize they probably already are, but
I'm not opposed to eating people. I mean, hey, there's cultures where people eat
worse
people.
things could be eaten in that type of
100%.
situation. So, I mean, I would agree with that. Yeah, but I just well, I don't know if I would want to have my legs cut off by amateur ass Jeff without the
Yeah.
proper tools. He has that tiny little knife, that tiny little baby knife.
He's like, hold on, hold on. I have this tiny little baby knife. Oh, but I'm gonna make this much easier on all of us because I'm gonna take this big old rock and then I'm gonna make leg mush out of your legs and just just
I'd be
smash
like,
away.
I'm like, Jeff, do you have a bone saw on you? Because that's what we're gonna need.
Yeah. He's like, no, I don't.
No.
Whew. But this part is kind of fun. I
Oh,
now
it's good.
I would have preferred, oh man, if there's just a little, I hope, and a little, if there was more room in the budget, like I would have wanted some quick shots of like leg getting smashed up with the brick at least. I wanted to see some of that.
Some of that does exist. So in the unrated version, this scene is 6 seconds longer. So
Okay.
you do get more shots of Jeff fucking breaking off bones. So
Oh, okay.
I watched the rated R version, which was really frustrating because I should have checked and watched the unrated version, but I went back onto YouTube and found like a quick cut of the scenes that they extended. So the
Okay.
leg bits are literally bits are extended. Like 6 seconds is a long time for gore. Like usually
Yeah.
you're looking at like a second longer, but 6 seconds is a long time and it is brutal. You also get a few more cuts of Mateus's face while this is happening, and that's like even worse than watching his legs be broken off. Like the pain in his face, I
Whew.
was like, damn, he is acting.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And clearly he's acting because Jeff is like, "Why are you screaming, you fucking baby? You said you can't feel anything. Are you a fucking liar?
Yeah.
Get out of
But
here."
yeah, not to be like super graphic, I'll keep it as not graphic as possible. But the only thing I could think of that like I can relate to of like not having feeling versus having feeling is when I had my son and I had an epidural. So I was under the impression that once you have the epidural, like, because you can't move your lower body, you can't move your legs. I could not feel my legs. I could not lift them, move them, nothing, right? You have no control. And so I figured that I wouldn't feel anything else. Nope, nope, nope. That is absolutely false. I couldn't feel my legs, but I could still feel pain elsewhere. So I wonder if it's a similar thing where it's like there's this lack of movement, but if there's extreme pain happening, you're still gonna feel that extreme pain. So that's what popped into my head as I was, thinking about like, okay, can he feel this versus can he not because he can't move? Or like if his legs are just sitting there, then he can't feel them. But if someone's actually fucking chopping them off, then yes, you're gonna feel that pain, you know.
Well, it's like Jeff says. I think it's more of like a phantom pain. It's like, of
Could
course,
be.
Jeff just very flippantly, it was like he was screaming. He could feel that Jeff, and he's like, ah, no, 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 no. He's making that up. It's
He's like,
he's
he
seeing
thinks he
it.
can.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks he can, but nah, it's okay.
I think Jeff was trying to make himself feel better in that moment, is what was happening.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Jeff's feeling really empowered here because like that night,
Yeah.
he's just like, kind of patrolling, down like lower,
Oh,
like where
yeah.
the villagers
Really
are, kind of
risking it.
giving them a stare down.
Yeah. What
Um,
what is that like dick size contest going on? Like I'd be like, Jeff, you're gonna get yourself shot. That's what's
he's
gonna
like,
happen.
I just cut a live man's legs off. I have
I
no
feel
fear.
alive.
Yeah, I feel fucking invigorated right now. Stacy is fucking crying in her tent, just so fucking done with all of this.
Oh, Stacy.
And dude, again, these petty ass fucking plants, right? Dude, because
They
Eric and
love
Amy,
Stacy.
oh yeah, because Eric and Amy are outside, right? Outside of the tent, like talking, just being like, oh fuck, what do we do?
Hmm.
But then the plants are making little sounds to Stacy to
Hmm.
sound like Eric and Amy, making it sound like they're fooling around and fucking.
I love
And
that.
dude, just, that's some petty ass shit going around spreading false
Yeah.
rumors and shit.
Oh yeah. They're like, we're about to turn this shit into a soap opera right now.
Yeah. Like that's
I mean,
why
if
I'm like, these plants, like, there's an agenda. It's not just like, oh, they just adopt this thing as a defense mechanism to lure in food. It's like, no, you all know what you're doing.
I mean, think how
You, Yeah,
Think how big you would go if you only had company over once every couple of years. You know?
true.
Like they're like, "Oh my God, guys, this is our chance. Everything we've practiced, we're it's go time.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Rehearsal's over."
I love drama. I get it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's fucked up because yeah, you
Yeah.
got um it- fucking Stacy coming outside screaming at them, being like, "What the fuck? I fucking heard you." Of course, they're just like,
I think at this point the plants are already in her brain though,
"Oh
so
yeah.
she's also very confused and just like I Stacy's fate is my least favorite because anything that's body horror where something is taking over and under your skin and taking over the
Oof.
inside of your body is like that is a tough one for me.
Oh yeah, crawling around inside your brain and shit."
Hmm.
And then again, even then, all of this is just a distraction because
Yeah,
Jeff's comes up, he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" They're all screaming and shit. Well, meanwhile, poor Matthias over there, he's just the vines are just going in his mouth and they're just fucking killing him.
they're suffocating him. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, and then they turn around, they're like, "Oh shit, he's dead." And then of course
Yeah.
Eric's just like, "Well, cool, good thing we cut his legs off."
I love that line. I think that's so funny.
It
Like
is pretty funny.
I think I would say the same thing.
Literally, like the two things closest to like good jokes in these movies both belong to Eric.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say I think it's interesting that the plant seems to have two agendas. One obviously is to feed.
Spread some bullshit and false rumors.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, three agendas. They want some drama and some hot gossip.
Yeah.
They need to eat. And then they also want to inhabit a body seemingly like they're feeding off of Stacy from the inside, but also I'm assuming they're trying like hoping that she'll leave and they can then spread further.
Yeah.
That would like is there like a almost like a parasite at that point.
Kind of.
Yeah, so I think that they have, you know, some sort of agenda, but which also makes me wonder, like being someone who like I mean, if you know anything about flowers,
I don't.
flowers okay, so flowers can spread just by their seeds and like just flying into the air.
Pollen. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, could the wind not just take it? I know they salt the earth around it so they can't like actually grow from their source, but I think it's interesting that that wouldn't be an option. Or I guess I'm assuming these plants can't do that. But
Yeah. I mean, because it's like, there's like morning glory or like, like we've got wisteria in our backyard,
Mhm.
that just, fucking, we plant it in a spot and it just fucking goes and just like
Yeah.
latches onto everything. And like it like moves its little fucking feelers around trying to grab onto something
Mhm.
and it just keeps growing and growing. That's why I was like, huh, you think really just some salt around the perimeter is really going to do it?
I mean, that will work, absolutely. Like that soil will have no nutrients for that plant.
Yeah, they
But
just got to make it past.
yeah, but my thought process is I'm like, okay, if these are vines, they technically don't need to be in that soil. They can go over that soil
Exactly.
because they're eating blood and people and probably have some amount of photosynthesis happening too. But
Drinking hot tea.
yeah, drinking piping hot tea. Yeah. So I would bet that the book does a better job of explaining the plants, the amount of knowledge or agency that they have or you know whatever the case may be, but I like this whole situation of the plant literally creating a distraction.
Yeah. And then fucking yeah, killing Matthias and just dragging his body away
Oh, like a little midnight snack.
and they start screaming at everybody in Stacy's, shrill screaming voice.
Hmm.
Ah, boy.
Very funny.
So they're like, all right, well, let's go to bed. Let's sleep on this.
Yeah, they're like, this got worse. Let's not move the tent to the middle where the vines aren't. Let's just leave it to the side. That's one of the things that bugs me the most. Like Mateus is laying right next to a pile of vines.
Yeah.
The tent is literally at every shot where they're inside the tent, you can see the shadows of the vines coming up.
Yeah,
Like from the beginning, they're like barely showing, and then they just start to like be more of the background of the tent, which I think is a really fun little something that
I
they
didn't notice
added.
that.
Yeah, it's I didn't notice it until like the third time I watched this movie. But yeah, you notice the vines are just more present as time goes. And once you find out that the vines are a threat, like you need to move your shit around
Yeah.
and come up with something.
Whew, because the next morning, boy, Stacy wakes up and there are just vines just swimming around in her skin, like in her legs and in
Mm,
her side, and they're in her. It's ooh, it's really bad.
yeah, they've taken
Um,
over.
Jeff is kind of a pro surgeon now, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
oh yeah, for sure.
I got this, guys." As you can tell, wait, where's Matthias?
Yeah.
All right, well, we, I can do legs, so same situation. Let me just, basically like, oh God, she's got the wound in her leg that he like just digs his fingers into
Ooh, yeah.
and starts pulling it out, and then he fucking cuts into like the side of her stomach, and then again just pulling it out like a fucking, you know,
It's so much.
magician pulling a never-ending handkerchief out of his
Yeah,
coat.
like
Ugh.
it's way more than I think you would have expected from that spot. Like
Yeah.
how many grabs he has to do to get that fucking plant out of there.
And and as like his girlfriend's just screaming and fucking like just in otherworldly pain, Eric's like,
Mhm.
"Hey, okay, we've tried your plan for a few days. I don't think I can keep waiting here for
Yeah.
all of this." Even though Eric's doing a great job by not being wounded.
Yeah. Literally. Is he the only, well, no, I guess Jeff isn't wounded either.
Yeah, so is it just by like if I just don't have a flesh wound, I'm okay?
From my evaluation, yes, it needs to be a wound because logically, if that plant tries to get in your mouth or your ear or any other holes,
Your butthole.
yeah, I know, like there's holes, you would be able to remove it. If you're sleeping and you have an open wound, it's crazy that that wouldn't wake you up, that it's like crawling into your wound. But I guess if you're already feeling pain,
Yeah.
you may not notice the difference. So it it's going into open wounds more easily, or if spores get into open wounds, that also could make it
Yeah.
grow within
Ooh.
you. Yeah, it's real gross.
No good, no
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So Eric's like, I'm gonna try and bail tonight. We got to figure something out.
Mhm.
Um, whew, yeah. But they're like, all right, let's take a nap. Let's take a nap though. Now that let's try to rest off some of this trauma of cutting these vines out of people.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, oh boy. Yeah, Stacy, while everyone's, napping, she gets back
Stacy's
up.
lost it.
She's lost it, right? It's the vines taking over her brain.
Yeah.
And at first, like you think she's going crazy. It's like how you still like oof. It's like you just feel like a bug on you or feel just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so at first I was thinking like, oh, she's just going crazy. But like, no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, there's really still vines crawling around inside her.
All
Like,
all over her. Like I by the time they
yeah,
cut those pieces out, the vines were already everywhere. And at that point,
yeah.
I would just think I'm doomed because it's probably been feeding on you from within. So who knows what internal damage the plants have done to you.
Yeah, so she's not doing great. Grabs that knife and she just starts cutting into herself like
Ooh, chunks.
chunks.
Chunks. Like her leg has
Yeah,
a big,
just
just hunk of meat just
flopping
hanging
off.
off that thigh. Oof.
Woo. Everyone's like, "What the fuck, Stacy? This is no good." And like I was saying at the beginning of the episode, that I don't remember any of this movie, but I do remember this. And I was
Oh,
like, "Oh
okay.
yeah, I remember that." And I was
It's
like, "Oh,
traumatizing.
maybe, yeah, it feels like it. 'Cause
I
God
think
damn,
like the makeup and the effects that are on her, I think look really good.
yeah."
Yeah.
Jeff tries to grab the knife. Oh no, she fucking again. She's not thinking straight, so she fucking slices his hand wide open. You're like, uh-oh,
Wound.
Jeff. Uh-oh. That's a bad one. Oh, have you ever gotten a cut like on your palm before?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, you just realize how often, even without thinking about it, you like open and stretch that skin. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah. And it's
God.
like it's thin, delicate skin too, for how
Yeah.
like you how much use your hands get, you know?
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah, that's a bad one. Um, yeah, geez. But yeah, again, to be fair, fucking yeah, there are vines all over because you see them like crawling out of like the wound in her head and
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. I know. I love that moment where you see the vine move in her forehead after they do
Yeah.
the first initial like cutting and they all just kind of like look down and she's like, "What? You saw it?" They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, check please."
Yeah.
Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah. Can we get back to you talking about thinking that we're like sleeping together or something?
Yeah. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Anything else? Um, Eric's just like, hey, let me talk to my girlfriend and tries to get
Idiot.
the knife, dude, and she fucking plunges it right into his heart.
Honestly, Erica's asking for it
A little bit.
because you just saw her cut Jeff's hand open in a panic. So why would she not react similarly? Like he could have ended up with just a cut, but that still would be an open wound in, you become part of the plant buffet. So it, he really should have just like taken a moment and seen maybe if he could like talk her down a little bit.
And by talk her down, I mean like you do like a kind of a run towards her and you do like a jump kick and you kick her off the top
Good.
and let her just tumble down.
Um,
I'd be
I
like,
was
I
gonna
don't,
say like one of them could like restrain her while the other one gets the knife.
a little
You
bit.
need to
Yeah.
double team that situation. Yeah.
Jeez. But yeah, no, fuck. So Eric's dead.
Yeah.
And then you see the vines start wrapping around his ankles. They're like, ooh,
Hmm.
little extra snack, or we'll just go ahead and just take this away for you.
Which is kind of a bummer because
Clean up the clutter.
I wish we would have seen the vines take over two bodies. Would have been
Yeah.
fun to see a little bit more vine gore than like her just stabbing someone. And, I mean, for the most part, the rest of them, you're not seeing
Yeah.
anything like that.
So the vines are crawling around in Stacy's brain, and she's just like, "Oh man, I killed him,"
She's
and
just like,
just
fuck.
and is just begging them at that point, just kill me, just fucking kill me.
Hmm. And the
Jeff,
plants are echoing it.
yeah, that's pretty fun. So and Jeff's just like, you know what?
Fine.
Yeah, this is a good idea, and goes and just pulls the knife out of Eric's chest, and
Hmm.
then this kill happens off screen, but
Yeah.
you hear the screaming from the top, and then it stops. But so she's
Hmm.
dead.
Which I would have said the same thing. I would have been like, just fucking put me out of my misery at this point.
Yeah,
I just
at
killed
this
my hot
point.
boyfriend. I've got vine brain. I'm done. I
I
cut
got
off half
vines
my
in the
thigh.
brain.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
cut
got
off
no
half my
thigh.
thigh.
I got
Like,
vine brain.
I already had skinny little legs to begin with, and now half my leg is gone.
Yeah. Oh boy.
My white pants are ruined.
Jeff's like, all right. Okay, I'm kind of 0 for 2 on surgeries. Well, yeah, 0 for 2. Everyone's dead except for this girl I'm gonna break up with anyway. Um, he's like, hey, he turns to Amy and he's like, in honor of our pal Eric, maybe let's try his plan.
Yeah,
Since he's not here to do it,
that's a good plan.
whoops, maybe it was an okay plan. And probably would
It's
work
their
better with
only plan.
more of us.
Hmm.
That's the thing. Like if you're going to do that option, you need to do it when you have the most amount of people because that's your biggest distraction, right?
Hmm.
But this is kind of a dumb situation that they
Oh, it's
agreed
so
to.
dumb.
And so again, everything as little as we know about these vines and this whole situation, I their plan to create this distraction, is one for everyone down there at the bottom to think that Amy's dead because Jeff
Hmm.
walks down carrying Amy's looking to be lifeless body.
Hmm.
He smears Stacy's blood all over her,
Hmm.
which I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Is it full of spores?
yeah, like, are we sure we don't want to not rule out the how any of this can be passed on or shared and shit. Like,
Yeah,
we
so many
really don't
different
know a
ways.
lot.
Yeah.
I think you could have done that. She was already covered in dirt and some blood anyway. you know?
They wouldn't have known the difference.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Just put some other leaves, just like in her mouth or something. Or don't do that. No, it's not a good idea.
No.
So I forgot to mention, that what I thought was broken down car is a working car that they
Hmm.
found, at the trailhead. And
They got the
when
keys.
they found the keys inside the tent,
Hmm.
so with these keys, Jeff's like, all right, I need you to hold on to these. We're gonna create a distraction. And you know what? Like, granted, they're actors in a movie, right? But as characters who are not actors in the movie, themselves, they put on a pretty good performance.
I agree. She looks lifeless.
Yeah, and Jeff's just like, you even know my name? It's Jeff. Look at me.
I'm a professional surgeon.
I'm a professional fucking surgeon now. And you know her name? Her name is three, two, one. Ready? Amy. Amy. And then, and then Amy, it looks really dumb, but
I
like,
mean,
she just hops up, she's like, ugh, and just starts like running off
but
into the
if they
woods.
think, but if they think she was dead, they're not going to be looking at her. So, I mean, it wasn't the worst plan.
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, like, hey, I think it does buy them some time. Like, they knew they couldn't run together, so they needed to, like really create a distraction. Like, that part was hey, look, it's the best you could do. I get it. I'm not going to come up with anything better, but
But like in this plan, Jeff knows he's a goner. He knows
yeah,
that he has to die to let her go free. I'd be like, okay, Amy, so I'm gonna be a doctor. I don't know what your plans are, but photographer isn't really ranking higher than doctor. So I think we should switch roles.
yeah,
I think you should carry me down the stairs.
I agree. Unless
Like,
he was thinking with this wound, like maybe they should have shown him looking at his hand and like, uh-oh.
yeah, oh, you're right, because he has the open wound. He's thinking like, oh, she's probably in the best shape.
Ugh, fucking dumb because she's the worst one.
She's the
Worst one.
worst one, yeah.
I don't like hate any of these characters except for her.
Except for Amy. I feel like everyone actually is dealing with this situation the best they can, but Amy is shitty from the time she's at the resort to the very end. Like she's just shitty.
But yeah, so Amy just books it into the woods and the forest or whatever, and they're like, "You fucking asshole! You fucking lie! You fucking liar! You can't do that. That's cheating."
They're like, damn it.
So they just fucking put two arrows in Jeff, and then they fucking just shoot him right in the head.
Which
So
honestly, I feel like is a mercy kill at that point.
yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hey, sorry, Jeff, you're dead.
Mm.
Um, Thankfully, Amy ditched the flip-flops. But she's just running barefoot.
Oof.
I would have like at least taken like Stacy's shoes, even if they
Oh
weren't the same
yeah, I
size.
would have taken Stacy's shoes for sure.
Yeah. But she manages to make it to the car,
Hmm.
dodging some arrows and some bullets and such. It's a pretty underwhelming ending, which is interesting because it's
Well,
one
you
of
watched the
a
rated
mul
R ending.
right, because the way that ends is she just gets in the car and she drives off. So you
Hmm.
think that like, oh, hey, she did it, she escaped, and that's it. And then there's this quick like 10-second like coda of the two other Greek guys who show up,
Hmm.
being like, Demetrius, hey buddy, where are you? Which
Hmm.
I'm like, it's not like them showing up was ever going to help them anyway. I'm like, you would think they'd probably just get killed in 2 seconds anyway.
Because they're absolute idiots. If
Yeah.
somebody misses their fucking flight because they've been gone so long, there's a problem. They didn't
Yeah.
just decide to stay longer at the ruins. You know,
Oh yeah.
you would think something happened.
Especially if he didn't even
Um,
show up for like dinner or something.
yeah. So, okay, so that's the rated R ending.
Hmm.
I like the unrated ending. The only difference between the rated R ending and the unrated ending is that Amy looks in the rearview mirror and a plant squiggles underneath her eye. So
Okay.
she's already infected. So that's the better ending. We want to know that Amy's gonna die.
Yeah.
I thought that that was the ending that I saw in the theater because I remember thinking that was really fun.
Uh-huh.
Um, especially because everyone hates her. Then there's an alternate ending that just is on top of the unrated ending. So the sequence would go, Amy escapes, she's in the Jeep, she sees the squiggle plant, and then you cut to the Greeks making it to the ruins. And then it goes further, and there's a groundskeeper at a graveyard picking up dead flowers and, trinkets and things from graves. And did you watch this alternate ending?
No.
Oh my God. So he's whistling um that French song that like Frere Jacques or something like that. And so he's whistling that and he stops for a moment and he hears whistling back at him. And it's coming from Amy's gravestone with those vines growing up from it, and the flowers are whistling back to him what he
So
was whistling.
she so
So
she
she
died
dies,
and someone held a funeral for her.
and the vines are because it's in the US.
And they didn't
So
do any
she made
sort
it
of
back to the States.
autopsy
Apparently not. Or
to
there
see
were
that there were
spores or
vines on.
something. But the
Yeah.
best part about this is that her tombstone just says Amy. It doesn't have a last name.
Or like when she died.
It has the like years.
Okay.
So I thought that was hilarious. I was like, guys, we couldn't make up a half-ass last name for her on the
Yeah.
gravestone. So stupid. But otherwise, I think that's a fun ending.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, better than what I saw.
exactly. I just like I think it's cleaner though to just have her escaping and her see the little vine underneath her eye because you know Amy would not give a shit about spreading that plant. She would just make her way back to the States
Oh yeah.
and try to go to a doctor and die. And then that's exactly what would happen. She'd get buried and feed the fucking earth with her infected body. And those vines would just be singing up a storm at the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
the
way,
alternate endings.
that's our movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, gosh, well, thank you. I was gonna say I don't know if I left anything out, but clearly I did, and you were able to help bring it up the rear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like those
So,
flowers would be.
yeah. Before we get into our boo scores, Natalie, could you please tell me what are the taglines for this movie?
It's actually tagline. Just
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been a while since there's only been one.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too, because I feel like you could do a lot with this, yet while workshopping it in my head, I was like, none of this is working. So,
I would say, like it'd be a question. Why not?
it's so
Because
stupid.
hear me out, right? Because
This
you've
is
got,
German.
well, yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, I
But
get it.
also, yeah, vine, come on, there's
Vine.
vines.
No, I got it.
I
Yeah.
literally came up with that right now. Come
I
on.
know. I know. Yeah.
All right, why? What did they come up with? It's so much better.
It's not better. I didn't say it was better.
Okay.
Terror has evolved,
Oh, boring.
which, like, we really don't get into the science of the plants, so I don't think that's relevant, but that's it.
Mm.
That's the tagline. Terror has evolved.
Okay. Well, boo scores. I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I, as dumb as this movie is, and it feels like a movie of 2008. I've seen it more times than I think I even know. Like I've watched it multiple times. This is very much a when I feel like watching body horror, but also a comfort movie. This is one of those movies for me because I can kind of just tune out until something exciting happens. I really enjoy the body horror in this. Like, I enjoy many different types of body horror, but I especially am freaked out by anything that is crawling around under skin. So it being plants, I think hits even harder because I love plants. So it all is just it works for me. Like the scary parts of this work for me on a very personal level. I don't like any of the characters, but Amy is the only one that I actively hate and is just a terrible person. So I think it was intentional that Amy making it out is meant to frustrate the audience. But I feel like this is one of those situations where maybe they should have had a test audience and either like, did we, were people really happy with Amy making it out of here? There's no way.
It's like a Deep Blue Sea situation.
Yeah, like we switched the ending to that. We made the right choice.
Yeah.
We don't want the shittiest person to survive. If anything, everybody can just die. So that's fine. There's so many obvious red flags that these characters ignore too, which makes me like them less, but not in a way where like they're fun to not like, except for Amy, who is pretty exhausting, but it's still fun, to know that she doesn't make it. And if this movie were on in a hotel room, I would leave it on. And here's the thing, I don't want to go too high with my boo score because I don't feel like this is like one of the best movies, but I do have it on my list of fun movies to like recommend to fuck with people. So if people tell me they like body horror, I recommend this movie to them actively. I'm like, it's not a great movie, but it's got fun body horror. And it's not so much that like you would never want to watch it again. So I'm gonna be generous with this one. I'm gonna give it 3 boos.
Love that.
I think it's solid.
I don't know if I'm really that too far off from yet. I came into this movie being like, oh gosh, another story about fucking white people in a foreign space that,
Hmm.
in the 2000s, oh God, where is this gonna go? And I was afraid that it was gonna be like pretty bad. Now, I do think it's pretty clear that yeah, like the tourists are like shitty people and they get what they deserve.
Yeah, they weren't
Um,
respectful.
right? And what I liked about this is that like, you could have very easily, I think of like The Green Inferno that came out a few years after this or some of the
Yeah.
other, types of movies like that. And I think it largely avoided too many like racist caricatures.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
if anything, it's just like, yeah, like no, we're not like this, you know, like dumb ancient people that are like and then are like murdering people and eating cannibals and or
Hmm.
eat, I guess if you eat each other, I guess you are eating cannibals because they would have eaten you or I don't know. But um they were yeah, I mean like granted, yes, could they put up a fence? Yes. But I don't know. I thought it wasn't as nearly as bad as I was like worried it was gonna be.
Yeah, I agree.
Um and again, I was like, oh, the characters are fine. It just seems like a simple enough movie. I feel like yeah, everyone kind of gets what they deserve. So, and I watched that again, being like, yeah, sucks
Yeah.
for them because I would never be there. I would never be in that situation.
It does feel kind of in the realm of a cautionary tale
Yeah.
because of that.
So I don't think it necessarily, um, like, yeah, okay, it's a little bit of that, like, fear of foreign lands and such. But at the same
Hmm.
time, I'm like, first of all, it's fucking dudes, it's Mexico, right? In the same continent as us, not that far
Hmm.
away. And then two, it's yeah, like no, they fucked around. They found out. Like you can
Hmm.
you can fuck around and find out here in the States too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why you stay away from lighthouses or cabins. Just get the
Yeah.
fuck out. Don't do it.
Yeah, leave them
So
alone.
uh but I think this movie's totally watchable. If it was on in a hotel room, I would totally watch it. I it is fun to root for Amy to die,
Oh yeah, for sure.
so I would have liked, yeah, any of those other endings better. I don't know. I'll tell you right now. So, okay, so my boo score is going to be a 2.
Okay.
Now it's pushing up against a 2.5 though.
Okay, what's the difference between the point five?
It it wasn't like super racist as much as as much as it could have been. Like, just in spite of, you know, the time and other similar movies, I just really think it had all the qualities to be pretty rough. But
Hmm.
and again, I was like, yeah, like some of the body horror is good. I like it, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna sit with a 2. It could be a 2.5. It kind of wavers between them, but right now I'll stick with a 2.
That's fair. Yeah, I didn't bring up any of the like the racial aspect or like the travel fear parts of it. I
A little
do
bit at
think,
first.
yeah, I think this movie does a good job of making like the kids are in the wrong here. They went to a place they shouldn't have been. They were perfectly safe at the resort, and they do portray these villagers of having a very clear code and quarantine process to the point where like they shot that kid right in the head. So it's not personal. It doesn't matter who it is. It's the what. Like if
Yeah.
you touch the vines, you're done. That's it.
Yeah.
And so it's not like they're, attacking others or like, anyone who's outside of like just anyone who's not them. So I appreciate that too. And that guy didn't have to shoot Jeff in the head in the end. He could have let him just die there and the vines just take him up there, but he mercy killed him and shot him in the head, which at that point he's doing a nice thing for him, even though they fucked up. So, yeah, I don't think this is the most fun movie. Like I wouldn't call it a fun movie, but I think it's highly rewatchable. I've watched it so many times and I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah. Well, time to pack things up. Call a cab back home.
If you have
Just kidding.
service.
Again, we'd never be there. We'd,
No,
yeah. Hmm.
we're still at the pool playing
Yeah.
cards.
100%. Yeah, you know what? Gosh, here I am talking shit like at the beginning. You know
Yeah.
what? That sounds so nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and just play some Old Maid with some old
Yeah.
maids over by the pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Find some drunk old white ladies that made their way down to Mexico for a long weekend. Hang out with
Love,
them while your
love
friends are
that for
making
them.
bad choices.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm. That's all I got, Natalie.
Same.
All right. Yeah. All right, everybody. Take care and stay home. 3, 2, 1. Ghost.
Thanks for listening to our episode on the ruins. If you enjoyed this episode, you could subscribe to our podcast and leave a 5 boo review on whichever platform you choose to listen. You can find us on Instagram at 321 Ghost Pod and give us a follow. We would love to hear your thoughts on the film. Follow us on Letterboxd at 321 Ghost Pod to see our boo scores on all of the movies we've covered so far. Next week, we're kicking off September by diving back into our Evil Dead series. We'll be discussing Sam Raimi's Army of Darkness. Thanks again for listening, and remember, situations like this can be easily avoided by being antisocial, staying at the hotel, and respecting the locals. 3, 2, 1, Ghost.